Yeah, it's the Anything Goes podcast, man. It's your boy Sean Peoples. Hey, people, if you like our movement, you like the vibes, like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section, hit the notification bell so you can keep up with everything that we got going on. Also, man, jump in the community tab and vote on all the issues and situations that you see we have up there. And another thing, man, don't forget that we're on the road to 5K. You already know how that goes already. We explained that to you a few times. We'll explain it to you again as we get closer to the destination of 5K. We're here with Mr. Palmer. What's going on? Michael Palmer. Michael MP's Palmer. Michael Soul Food Palmer. No, what's going on with you this morning? How you doing?
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Doing all right, man. You know.
All right, good. Good to be here today.
Yeah, definitely.
I've always watched your podcast, but I never thought you would invite me up here.
We've been trying to get to your peoples to get you up here. It's been a difficult challenge to get through to your
PR people.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you have to know the right one, you know.
Yeah, they gave me specific questions to ask you. They told me I can't ask you too many questions, so we're just gonna work with what they gave.
Really? And they didn't send it to me, you know. They didn't send me any prep. They didn't prep me. So
didn't prep you?
No, sir. So that's all free.
So freestyle it.
So drop some free bars, you know.
Yeah, man. So hey, we'll start off the interview. I stating that you're a business owner, entrepreneur. You are a community activist. I mean, you have a lot of accolades to your belt in the area where we live at. For a lot of people out there who are taking the program from different cities and different country. But first of all, where are you from, Mr. Palmer?
Beautiful island of Jamaica. But not just the beautiful island of Jamaica, but you have to bear in mind the parish also, Manchester.
From Manchester.
Yeah, man, the best, man.
Second best.
Countryman, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the second best, but you know.
Yeah,
the Kingston.
Yeah, we can't debate about that.
Yeah,
the nice cool breeze up in the hills. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's nothing like that.
The island is beautiful in general, you know. So you know, I guess it's give and take.
Yeah.
So what brings you to America?
You know it, Guardi, man. You know your parents bring you here for a better opportunity. You know, there's certain opportunity that we don't have, even though we have a beautiful island and stuff like that. But when it comes to schooling and you know, certain jobs and you know, certain business opportunity, it's not there as it is here in the state. You know, so that's how my mother brought me here. You know, when I was in my teens.
Okay. But you bring it when you came to America. What where do you land at? What state?
New York City, as most people do. You know, in Bronx, New York. In the late 80s, so a long time of the year.
Yeah, for years. So you're basically you're as my friends would like to call me nowadays. You're a Jamaican.
Yeah. You could call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you finished school and everything in New York?
Yeah, man. I started high school in Jamaica, but then I came here and finished up here.
Okay, yeah. And then you came to what brings you to Virginia?
Navy, U.S. Navy. Came here.
Military personnel.
Huh?
Military personnel, you're a veteran.
Yeah, we're vet. You know, came here in the 90s. Because of the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much that's how I got here.
Okay. You retired or you just did your time and
No, man. I signed a 4-year contract, so I like to live out whatever agreement. You know, I like to live by my word. It says 4 years, so I did my 4 years. Had they present me with a 20-year contract, I would have done.
Finish out the 20 years.
Yeah. But at some point, it's one of them things where I look like, at the time I didn't have a full direction of what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that 4 years. After 4 years, I start to reflect and look and see, what direction I need to go. And one of the things that kind of helped me to decide whether to stay or to stay in the military or come out. I look around and I'm questioning all the officers' friend that I knew
Yeah.
to kind of get an idea about their salary, and did some research and realized that there's not too many millionaire
In the
in the
yeah,
Navy. But out here in the civilian world, there's so many.
many
So
of them. Yeah.
yeah, man. So my chance of becoming one is probably greater on the outside.
Yeah, definitely. Think
So
I think the military is grossly underpaid, but that's a different subject.
but I mean, taking consideration though, for young people like myself at the time, I think I was about 19, 18, 19, 19 when I joined. It took me away from New York, because back then it was either college or New York or hang out on the corner street at New York. You know what I mean?
Batman thing, yeah, we
Yeah,
know.
man, yeah.
Mm.
So it
Yeah,
was,
it's
give me
definitely a
opportunity.
stepping stone.
Yeah, stepping stone basically. So when it come to the pay thing, it didn't really bother me. You know what I mean? It gave me a chance to travel. I've been to places that we'd only read about in the Bible. Jerusalem,
Yeah,
Israel, the West Bank, all them places there. You know what I mean?
definitely.
I've been to Haifa, places where you read in that Bible. When you're there, you're like, wow.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it humbled me and stuff like that. You understand what I say?
give you a different aspect on life.
Yeah, man,
Realize that,
definitely.
you know,
And even though again, beside the PI, still, I encourage any young people out there who doesn't have a clear direction of what they want to do, whether at the college, or work. I'd recommend that over getting any $12 hour job or $15 hour job to any kids right now. You know what I mean?
I would too. I
Yeah, man.
definitely would too. I think it's a I think
You
in
said it earlier, stepping stone.
yeah, I think in some type of AdSense, it's kind of a different type of college because you do get a learning
Yeah,
experience.
man,
You do get
definitely.
camaraderie in the military, kind
Yes,
of similar to how the college experience is,
yes, definitely.
with a lot more torque to it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we get to meet people from just about 50 states in America.
Yeah,
You
all
know what
over
I
the
mean?
world. I
All
remember the
over,
people
and
who
then
come
all
here
over,
and
yeah,
join
you,
from
you know
different
what I mean?
countries and stuff
Yeah,
too.
when I was in school, in A school, man, we had this thing where we're trying to find people from just about every country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it wasn't guys we were trying to find. We're trying to find a different, meet up different girls from every country. That was that thing we did it. We had a couple of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Know that guy already. So
yeah.
when did you decide you want to be a entrepreneur, or is it something that you just came into, or is it something that you already had a mindset of being an entrepreneur?
Well, I'm from a background. My grandfather on both sides of the family had business. One was a butcher. The other one had a shop in Jamaica, and them did farming and stuff like that. So I think, with all of that I grew up around, kind of helped steer me in this direction. And then, while I was in the Navy, I saw a void, with the grocery business. At the time, there was maybe one store down here that carried the jerk seasoning, the curry, the mainstream
Yeah,
stuff, the hot sauce,
yeah.
the maybe. I mean, I don't think they carry bun bulla, and that good stuff. You know what I mean? They didn't have maybe 1/10 of what I have now in my store. They carry. So there was a void. There's a problem, obviously, which needed to be solved, which is, a full line of Jamaican Caribbean product.
Caribbean groceries and
Yeah,
stuff,
man. So
stuff
there's
that
a definite
we miss
void, and
out.
I wanted to solve that problem. So that's how I got into it.
Yeah, because definitely when I came here in early 2000s, your restaurant was the first place was recommended to me by because I was also in the military, as I said many times on the platform.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and your place was recommended to me by senior personnels, regular enlisted. When you first come there, you have a conversation with them. They
Yeah,
find
yeah.
out you're Jamaican. That the first thing they told me was, "Yeah, check out
Everything.
the store." You know,
Uh-huh.
so it was good to come to a place where you kind of feel a little loss, and then you realize, say, oh, I can get, yeah, me
Decent
can get
food.
some, can get some Jamaican stuff, can get Jamaican,
Uh-huh.
And at the time, there wasn't too many ways to get around because we were young. We didn't have cars, nothing. So
I remember
everybody
that.
have to gang up with one
Yeah, man.
car
Yeah,
and
yeah,
take a
yeah,
trip to the restaurant and get everything what we need at that time and then come back.
yeah.
Yeah. So when you decided that you was gonna embark in the business, was it really like a supermarket thing, or you decided a restaurant too, or you want
Well,
to combine both of them?
well, actually, we started out as a grocery store.
Mm,
However, our main goal, which up to today I didn't fulfill it, was to open a bakery
yeah.
so we could have this stuff baked fresh here instead of getting it shipped in from New York or
Yeah.
elsewhere. We wanted to do have freshly baked product.
Yeah.
But one of the problem I run into after I did my business plan, I realized at the end that I'm not a baker. So that's the first problem I run into. And then realize that finding a baker is not going to be as easy
Very
as we
difficult.
thought.
Yeah,
As we
challenge.
thought. So we kind of shift to grocery and focus more on the grocery, and then bring in the Golden Crust product. I had a deal with Golden Crust where I become their distributor in Virginia.
Yeah.
I still have a great relationship with them. I still somewhat is a distributor for them,
Okay.
but not on the level that I
It
was
was at one time.
earlier in my when we started business.
So what made you decide to go to the restaurant now? Was that see a void there again, or you
Yes,
just
definitely. We actually, there's a restaurant close by to where we started the grocery store, and I saw a lack of consistency.
mm,
One, the main thing was their hours. I strongly believe in, if you have a business and you post a sign on the door says 9 o'clock, I strongly believe,
yeah.
it needs to open at 9 o'clock. You understand? And that's where I saw them lacking. But not only that, they were lacking in that area, but also the hour. I mean, it's not opening some days. You know
Oh,
what I mean? And having the food at
inconsistency of
ready
the
at
customer.
9 at whatever time. I don't remember. I think they were opening up at 11 a.m. Because at the time that's where most restaurant open. And not until I came in and started open at 9 a.m. But before that, you couldn't get no Jamaican food before 11.
Yeah.
But they weren't consistent with the hours, weren't consistent with their days. You would go in there and they're out of everything, only have white rice and curry chicken. That's it. You know what I mean?
They're giving people the mimes that they say Jamaican restaurant never have enough of anything.
You're gonna, if you have a good product, you're gonna run out.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
happened to us, but very rare. You know what I mean? We try to stay on top of things. You know what I mean? But for them, do it was sometimes you go in there at 11 o'clock when they just open. Oh, food not ready yet. Come back at 12. You go back at 12. So it was a joke thing, and it came available, and we took it over.
Run
And
with it.
I didn't realize how the demand for food was
Mhm.
until we got in there, and then that's where I started to look at things a little bit different and took it even more serious, and start to expand on the menu and stuff like that.
Okay. So we don't want to make it feel like this is an easy task for people out there watching and feel like this might be something they want to do. How difficult was it to actually pull off the supermarket and then the restaurant, the grocery store and then the restaurant?
What I'm talking about, we're not talking about something that took a 6 month period. I mean, this took place over a 2 year. That's just to get started in terms of learning product, because customer would have to, when customer come in and ask for product, if I don't have it, I write it down and try and source it, try and find it elsewhere. You know what I mean? The restaurant, I mean, I tell you what, let me show you how back in those days things was. When we did the restaurant, I was open for about a month before this guy come in and said, "Hey, he's the inspector, health inspector." Asked me how long I've been open. I said about a month now. And the guy said, "Where's your health certificate?" I said, "What?" I said, "I don't have one." They didn't tell me I need one. So anyway, he shut the door, and I started to say, "Hey, listen, man. I have I have my son at home. I have my wife at home. This is what take care of us. Tell me what is it that I need to do to get this straight." And he kind of calmed down and tell me what I need to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but then now it's different. You can't open a place without getting a health certificate now. They make it where you can't get the business license. So back then you could have gotten a business license and then get the health thing. So it's a little bit different now. So it was a lot of learn as you go type thing. You know what I mean? We didn't have Mr. Google back then, because that's my favorite college right there. We didn't have Google back then and all that stuff to research certain things. Anything you needed, you have to go library, grab an encyclopedia or something like that. You know what I mean? But no, you have a lot more avenue, a lot more resource and stuff like that to get the information that you need.
Yeah, so for the people who don't know, or just you said it earlier, when we started talking, but you bring products from New York, you ship them here for sale, right?
Yeah.
So for some of the people who don't know, who don't realize the difference in pricing is because you have to bring it from New York to here. It would be like them driving to New York to get it. So,
But with a lot of that product, a lot of the product I have, my prices are very competitive to New York. I mean, I think most of my product, I've had customer come in and say, "Mike, how your price cheaper than New York?" And some item. I do have that, you know what I mean?
Of course.
I try to be very close to New York. You know what I mean? Right now there's a major issue sourcing product, and not only that, you have a hard time sourcing product, but also the prices are going up just about every week.
Everything, yeah.
Stuff
no matter what store you're going at, the prices are up. Even fast food restaurants. I go to McDonald's and the kids meal that you used to buy for one price has jumped significantly. That at one time you wouldn't even notice a couple of cents, but you notice it because it's jumped a couple of dollars now.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. So we try to keep our price very close. I do price match to see what New York are charging and try to keep it there, even though we have the additional cost to get the product here. If I send a truck up to New York, I gotta pay a driver, I gotta pay for gas, toll, and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Time to take to get up there too.
Yeah.
That all plays a part. Also, with the restaurant, was it something that just skyrocketed right away, or was it a waiting game, or is it a marathon, or was it a sprint for you, basically?
No, man. I mean, again, anything, just like anything else, it took a while. It took years. I've been in it for about 20, maybe I think about 24 years. This year going to be about 24 years. But it took a while for us to get to where we are. It didn't just happen overnight. A lot of hard work, a lot of long hours. And stuff. My wife, the whole team. We have guys who've been with us probably over 20 years now, or 15 to 20 years. Some people's with us. So it take a lot of hard work. Nights when you don't make a whole lot of money. Days when you will make a whole lot of money and stuff like that. But you still have to hang in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are days when I remember one time things so tough because the rent and stuff like that is not, my location, as you notice, the one in Norfolk, we have always been on not in any little corner or anything. It's like, a decent shopping center or something like that. And the rent in these spaces are not cheap. You know what I mean? So it's been times when it's been tough, but we just keep hanging in there and try and focus on taking care of our customers so they'll come back over and over.
Okay.
But throughout the years, though, one of the things that I think has grown the restaurant is the buffet. We did buffet, and I remember when I just started in the restaurant business down here, there's a lot of people who was very skeptical, and when they talk about Jamaican food, they would be like, "Hey, make up their face and all that thing about the food and stuff like that. No, just about everybody love it. But
Yeah.
at one point, they wouldn't try goat. No, goat is, on a typical
Big sellers.
day, you find a lot of American, black, white, Chinese, everyone coming to buy the goat. But one of the things that I credit for that though, like when we had the buffet, they would come in, they love the curry chicken, they
Right.
love the jerk chicken, but then they'll try a piece of goat and they get hooked to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that buffet helped us a lot to introduce the taste to our whole
People, yeah,
lot of people.
definitely. It was a good experiment as that. Did you know it was an experiment while you was doing it, or it was just something?
I realized, and at one point we weren't making money on it, but then I use it again as more of a tasting in terms of we weren't. It was buffet is not a high profit business because you have to do volume to make
Volume for it to move.
buffet. But we kept it going again because you'll have this person who come in to try the buffet and they'll try the goat and other item that we have on it. And next thing you know, they'll come in the line because they don't have time for the buffet today, have a quick lunch. They'll come in the line and buy a goat. Coming through the line is more profitable than the buffet. You understand what I'm saying? So I kind of kept it longer than I should to kind of introduce it to the people.
Introduce different tastes to people and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I'm laughing because I remember I was in the military and having some white guys in the military that was my friends. And still, some of them, majority of them are still my friends up until this day. They watch the podcast and support. So yes, I'm talking about y'all. I remember when they didn't know what curry chicken was and they refused to eat yellow. They call it the yellow chicken.
Yellow chicken,
and
yeah.
I know every time I talk to them, I'm one of them back in Idaho and he can't find curry chicken.
Yellow chicken.
He always asking me, I thought you was gonna get your mother or somebody to give me the recipe so I can make. I just remember them laughing and refusing to eat the yellow chicken. I know it's one of the biggest things to them. It's anytime this guy is in here in Virginia, he has to get curry chicken. Curry chicken.
Yeah.
And your restaurant is where I brought him to when he saw it in the line. He was like, I'm not eating that. I never seen yellow chicken before. No, you can't keep a conversation from him without him bringing up the yellow chicken.
Yellow chicken, yeah, good man.
Yeah. So with the restaurant now start moving, you said earlier you have a location. So you have more than one locations.
Yes. So there's 4 locations. We have 4 MP. However, my wife and it's a family-run business.
Yeah.
My wife and I own 3, and then my uncle over in Newport News own 1. It's not a franchise, just a family-run
family-owned business.
Yeah.
So is there any aspect of turning it into a franchise?
Here's the thing here. I'm gonna in terms of franchise, that's not something I'm thinking about right now. Because I strongly believe in consistency. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, we don't have consistent with our 3 MP.
Okay.
In a way, I kind of let it run like that. And the reason being this: no one restaurant can satisfy everyone taste bud. So here's what I did. There are certain things that is consistent, certain food item, but then there's some that I kind of let the chef do their thing with it. You understand what I'm saying?
For the location that they're in.
Yeah, man. And again, because you may not you may not like the oxtail over here because I have the guy them doing this with it, and then over there I may let them do this with it. Again, in a way we are purposely do it like that. You understand? But some people love the one over here, and some people
don't like the one over the other.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So then they'll know which one of the MP to go. So we have people who eat at all of my 3 MP that I know of. You know what I mean? They may come here and grab the oxtail and so, but most people love the Norfolk one, but they have some people who love the goat over here. So you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Again, but to do a franchise now, I would have to make sure that everything is
on one level.
Yes. Well, here's the problem with consistency with Jamaican food. Now, everyone, no matter if you say, hey, listen, let's use half teaspoon of salt in this, half a teaspoon of black pepper, a head of garlic or whatever I use or whatever. those guys is gonna know figure say, hey, you know what, I don't like that taste, let me
Yeah.
put mine. You understand? So it's very hard
To
to
do what you do
to,
when it
to
comes
be
to
consistent with the Jamaican thing. So I kind of just right now we're just focusing on making sure what we are doing right now get better at what we are doing. You understand? Improve what we are doing, and then we're in the process of kind of buying the property them that we are at and stuff like that. So we're focusing on that right now. So even though we've been around 24 years, we just have strengthened our brand.
strengthen the business and the product.
Yes,
Yeah.
strengthen the
You
business.
always have to get better, because remember, taste is like music. It's subjected to the person that's tasting at the time.
Yes, definitely.
I can eat here and say, this is the most delicious food I ever ate in my life. And then a person come behind me and eat and say, what? That's the worst food me ever eaten in my life.
I'm glad how you said that. Listen, money. Again, as a young businessman,
Mm.
the first restaurant that we opened, I learned that lesson the very first week we opened. Okay, never got offended by it, but it just let me say, wow. So here's the story. I had a Jamaican guy came in, sat down, got curry chicken, white rice. I don't remember what the other side was. Him eat the food, and when him done, him say, yo, the chef on point, man.
Mm.
And him take out a $20 and say, yo, give the chef this and give me a next one to go. And literally money right behind him. A guy came in, order food. And next, I see him Jamaican guy came in, order food. And the guy said, this is the worst. Just like you said, man, I guess, I don't know if I tell you the story already, but
Yeah, I remember.
you say just what happened to me.
Yeah.
And the guy was very disappointed with the food. And that made me say, wow, look at this. I went back there and talked to the cook about it and say, yo, look at this. You have one guy who send you a $20 and the next guy who literally. So God teach me a lesson right there that I'm not going to be able to please everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In terms of the taste of the food. So right there, from there I start to focus on service, making sure, because that's the only thing I can be consistent with is
Yeah.
my service. Try
Best
to make
food
sure we take
service,
care
customer service is
of them.
always key to any business.
To try and focus on taking care of the customer them in terms of customer service. But we try our best, to be consistent with what each restaurant try to be consistent with their taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My guys, them, I mean, they're incredible. These guys, I mean, sometimes I go in there and see them juggling 6, 7 pot, 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock. I'm like, yo, guys, you guys are the best. You know what I mean? I give credit to my guys, my whole team, the girls I'm up front. Sometimes it's very to them it's stressing. To me, I don't call it stressing because you look up, there's a line continuously in front of them. But they try their best, We have situation a lot of times where, we have a lot of new customer or even our old customer. The way how I set up my line kind of make it bad in terms of speed.
Yeah.
Because you have people come up to the front of the line and them can't make their mind up, even when my staff try to suggest things and help them out. But they're like, wow, let me get the oxtail looks so good. Let me get the oxtail. But then them look over and them see the curry chicken and they're like, no, let me get the curry. So a lot of times when, you see the line in my restaurant, sometimes it slow down, not because the cashier moving slow, but the server moving slow, but people, just love what they're seeing and can't decide.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for example, them order their food and by the time them get to the cashier, they're thinking about that curry chicken with them see and say, oh, can I add another curry chicken? So now she have to stop, call over to the server have to stop and then finish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, something that I wanted the food in front of the people sometimes slow us down, but we try our best. The staff try their best, and I appreciate every one of them with their effort and everything. You know what I mean? I think I have a great staff, the best. I have the best staff. Some people may disagree, but they go through a lot each day, standing up in front, dealing with
working with different types of people and people with different attitudes, and the stressfulness of working in a restaurant where consecutively people are in and out. That's definitely stressful.
Yeah.
With with the restaurants now, there's different cities that they're in, but we've seen that you're wearing a hat that says so the Soul Food Kitchen, and we're talking about MPs. I mean, how does that get into play now? Because we don't see the branding of MPs now. We're seeing Soul Food.
No, man. What happened is that it all depends on when I roll out of my bed and get take a shower and get ready. It all depends on which hat I grab. So
Yeah.
I wasn't looking this morning. I was in a hurry to come have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
So this is the hat that I grab, and I had to wear a hat because I don't want to show me. I don't want the light reflect off of this.
Yeah,
Got to
Michael
cover it up.
Jordan Mall, go on.
Yeah, I don't want to think of some eclipse or something with the reflection. Anyway, so I had
What is Soul Food Kitchen now?
So the Soul Food Kitchen is another one of our brand. We have one store currently. It's inside where the club used to be, where MP was before we moved down on the boulevard. It's American brand. This name was came about from my oldest son Mikey, and it's doing extremely well. Turkey wings can not cook enough turkey wings daily. Pork chops, they're collard green, mac and cheese, different from MP.
Yeah,
but
I heard good things
it's different.
about it.
It's different, but it's good. American people loving it. Not just American, but the people who love soul food.
I've heard good. I've heard very, I keep my ears to the street, and I have heard good things about it. In fact, when I didn't realize that the name was the Soul Food Kitchen, a friend of mine, she was telling me that about it. And I'm like, yes, I don't know. So she's like, how you not know about the Soul Food Kitchen? I'm like, I don't. So she came up there one day while I was there, and she pointed to the sign that says Soul Food Kitchen. I'm like, oh, well, why didn't you just say that in the first place?
Yeah.
She also gave me a question to ask you, which is, this question is really kindergartenish, but I'm gonna ask you anyway because she wanted to know, what does the MP stand for in MP's Island Cafe?
No, that's not man. That's a good question. A lot of people ask that question, but it's my initial MP, Michael Palmer.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much told her that, but she wanted to get that from you. So
man, that's a good question. A lot of people don't know. I mean, because a matter of fact, a lot of people don't know who I am.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they are putting a face to the name this morning. You know what I mean? A lot of people hear about Mike, but because they may see me in the store stocking shelf or sweeping up or something.
But they don't realize it's you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a witness to that. Even with the club, we have situations where you are telling people that I am Mike. They're saying, that I am Mike, and they're talking to me as if I am you, with them saying that they know you. But we talk about a club now. So now you also have a club in this whole family.
No, man, before we go to the club. So with the Soul Food brand, we have this location, and I didn't realize how popular or how people really dig the soul food thing.
Yeah.
And with that, we're opening a second location in August.
Where is that location going to be? In the Norfolk area?
In Norfolk, in the Berkeley section, but it's going to be inside a supermarket, and we'll touch on that in a minute.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, man, but we have a second location. So with the club now, the club been around for years. I think we're probably one of the longest running club in the area. But because of the pandemic, we had shut down, and we open, but we're not open fully. I think in another 2 weeks or so, we're gonna go open full in terms of what we offer, which, as you know, we do reggae. We have 2 rooms. We have one side that does Caribbean reggae, soca, stuff like that, Afrobeat and stuff like that, and then the other side is more of a hip hop and an R&B.
So it's a two-room club. So you come there and get double the experience.
Yes, for one price.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. So more time you're vibing to the reggae, then you wanna hear something different. And the good thing about it, because remember again, like I said, you have your friends, Jamaican, you have your friends, them American, So this is a good blend. You guys hang out, they normally hang out on one side and then they go on the reggae side, go broke out or and things like that.
Flip flop, go one
Yeah,
side
man.
and move back and forth and
And
enjoy the
come back at hip hop side.
bars on both sides, so you still get the
Come,
experience, the whole club experience on both sides of the club, right?
yeah, man. So them come on the reggae side, do the dirty wine, and then come back over here, so come twerk and
The
enjoy
stinky
them.
pig and all those things, yeah. Yeah, so you know that
Yeah,
your
wait, man.
establishment,
Wait, hold on there. Where the other one there? Cry baby.
right, yeah, wholly for them dance there, you know.
Yeah.
You have your establishment was kind of a few of the first places I met Jamaicans outside of the military. You know, when I first came here. So it's a good place, a good resources for people in the area who new to the area and don't know a lot of Jamaicans and want to associate more with Jamaicans. Your establishments are a perfect place to go and meet all different forms of Jamaicans from different walks of life. We have, I remember guys that they have doctors, nurses that frequent the club, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember meeting a lot of people there.
Yeah, man. We have a nice blend. I mean, I call it a meeting place.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people who met here and got married.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of baby. I'm responsible for a lot of baby.
Not only the food, Godfather to many.
Not just the food, but we have a lot of people who meet people here, and next thing you know, they're married. Next thing you know, them become a baby mother. Them become, you know what I mean, out of this place here. So it's a great meeting place. As a matter of fact, I've had one of my employee didn't know she had an aunt living in Virginia, and she's cashing, and she look up and that's her aunt in front of her. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, get a chance to meet other people from their parish in Jamaica or back from Trinidad. I've seen a lot of what do I call it now? People meet up here that haven't seen each other in 20 years, 10 years. You know what I mean? So I have one of the best jobs in the world, man, where between my restaurant and the club and stuff like that, where I see people get all excited because they haven't seen a cousin in years, they haven't seen this person and stuff like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? So a lot of reunion happen here.
So I'm gonna ask you about like before we go into the different ventures, if a person wanted to get into that type of business aspect, is there a way that they could contact you to get information about doing that, or maybe shadowing you to see what you do to maybe if they wanted to go into business for themselves?
Yes, a good question. One of the thing I do is, and a lot of restaurant come by. A lot of restaurant when they're opening up, they'll call me and say, "Hey, Mike, ask me about sourcing material in terms of equipment or even product." Because I'm the one that believe in this here. Yeah. Even though I'm selling Jamaican food, Caribbean food, the more restaurant open, the more popular the food become. If you notice, you have Chinese restaurant right across the street from each other, or
I see
around the corner, and everyone eating. You understand what I'm saying? The same thing with Mexican and stuff like that. So for me, I'm not gonna stop or discourage anyone to do it. If that's what they choose to do, you know what I mean? But for us is I just would like to see it spread out. So more people throughout this different city would get to taste it. Because if I have a restaurant in Newport News, someone in Newport News try it and them love it, they talking to their cousin in Norfolk, they're gonna say, "Hey, I had some oxtail from this Jamaican restaurant over here. Man, it's good." Yeah. The cousin will come try it. The cousin not gonna drive all the way over there. They know that one restaurant over here. They're gonna come by and try it at mine. You understand what I'm saying? Definitely. So for me, it's I'm available. I'm at the restaurant every day, just about. I'm available if anyone interested or thinking about it. Because there's a lot of red tape and stuff like that sometimes opening up a business. But for me, it's easy. You know what I mean? Because I've done it so many times. And I know a lot of people in the city and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I'm open to help people. And again, that's how I get my blessing.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I'm open for that.
So is there what's the next step for the family run business? Is there something new? Is new business adventures coming, or are you just focused on what you have going on right now?
All right, so right now we're kind of busy, have a lot going on. Like I tell you, we're trying to in terms of location and stuff like that. The current MP, we moved there about 3 years ago.
Mhm.
I underestimate the traffic that we would get. The parking is a little bit tight there, getting in and out. We have enough parking, but a lot of people don't like to park in the back of the store,
Yeah.
which we do have a entrance from the back. Because I'm from New York, I didn't think it was gonna be such a big issue. Cause we have almost 50 parking space,
Mhm.
But I didn't, and I thinking that would have been good. But some days it's not good. You know what I mean in terms, of the amount of cars that we have there. So because I'm from New York, and New York, when you don't have park in New York, so we used to have to hitch up on the sidewalk and everywhere.
Walk way down and walk
Yeah,
up.
I walk come back.
Yeah.
So and there's a parking lot around the corner, down the street from us. So I thought, it would have been a problem. So we moved there 3 years ago, and we kind of outgrow it. So we bought a building up the street behind where the club is on
Okay.
Glen Rock. So we in the process of building out that space. Hopefully it will be ready by October. Our goal is to move there by October.
October. Okay.
But before we get to move into that now, we're working on a supermarket, this is our biggest project,
Mhm. Thus
biggest
far.
project ever, a
Okay.
supermarket.
Mhm.
And we're talking about a regular traditional supermarket, similar to your regular American supermarket. It's not going to be
Lions and stuff like that.
it's not going to be an international market. It's going to be regular traditional American. However, we'll have a small section, like you go in your Walmart, you'll see that section, a little section that kind of piss you off because they only have here.
Because small pockets of things are not enough
Enough,
of
yes.
what you
But
need.
we'll have a section like that. I mean, if you want the full 9 yard, you have to come to MP. But we'll have a small section. That project came about after my son finished college. The opportunity had came up before he finished college, but I was like, you know what, this is a lot. I can't deal with this with the MP brand.
Mm.
So after school, my son and I were talking, and I wanted him to go out into the real world and experience certain things before I even talked to him about working with us. But after I finished school and stuff, we were talking. We had dinner one day and talking, and I said, "Hey man, what you gonna do?" And I said, that I'm here. I'm gonna be with you guys. I want to be a part of the family business. But the way I'm said, I could just see the passion and how much he meant what
He
he
was ready
said.
to go along
Yeah,
with the
man,
program. Yeah.
yeah. And I said, you know what? I'll start to look on it. And MP is not an easy business to run.
Yeah.
Especially the part that I talk about with sourcing product.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen here, man. This is the hardest I've ever worked since this pandemic start, man. Sourcing product. I used to get stuff from about 4 different suppliers in New York. On an average week, we have to be getting stuff from 6 to 7 place because one place don't have it. So now I have to call this person. I got to do this. You know what I mean? It's such a lot of work. But anyway, back to this now. So with him coming on board, the MP brand, it's for a young man. I mean, he's only his early 20s. It would be something a lot of work for him.
Mm.
So I thought about the supermarket that had came across my desk, and I said, you know what? I talked to him about it, and the first thing I said, Ezra, with this here, it's gonna take you about 5 years working anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day to get this thing going. Are you ready for this? He said, well, Dad, again, I'm here.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable, man. So we dig more into it, and talk with the company that was leasing it. We realize how expensive it is to lease it. So I partnered up with P3, one of my partner. We bought the shopping center, and working on building out the supermarket. We did it's costing us close to $6 million worth of investment we are putting into the shopping center and the supermarket. Which would be spearheaded by my young son, because he's the future.
Future,
You know
yes.
what I mean? Yeah, man. He's gonna be, my eyes and stuff there, because I don't have the time to put into that. And one thing with business, especially a young business, you have to be there. You can't think you're gonna open a business and feel like,
Next
yeah,
business.
I'm a boss. And not be there. You gotta be there to make sure things run the way it's supposed to. Hiring people, yeah, that's good. That's when you have proper system in place. You understand? That's when you have to pay lawyers and all them people to put things in place, and it's not cheap. Plus that, you have to learn everything, so you know how everything's supposed to function, how everything's supposed to work.
Yeah, definitely. So if there's not enough, that you have to step in and do what you need to do
Yeah.
at the time.
So this supermarket now, again, it's gonna be a thing that's gonna rival any one of your local supermarket. I don't want to call any supermarket name, because I'm not into promoting other people business, but just to know, it will rival any supermarket in the area. And I think we're gonna create a wow factor when you come in there, in terms of
Looks,
what,
ambience of the place.
yeah.
The ambience of the
Yes,
place.
the ambience, and not just that too. We're gonna have state of the art equipment. We're working on doing even the self checkout.
Yeah.
We're gonna have that. We have a deli area, which in your typical supermarket is just something that you get your meat. You may get some fried chicken, and maybe have a few sides. But we're putting in a full-fledged restaurant, which is the soul food kitchen.
Yeah.
So now you walk in there, you'll be able to get your turkey wings, your pork chops, your catfish, mac and cheese, collard green. And we have an area where you'll be able to sit down and enjoy it if you choose to. Free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We have a coffee shop.
Oh,
Now,
man.
now with a
With
coffee
things
shop.
over there, so
Eh?
they are going with things over there.
Yeah, man.
The future of the future of supermarket. That, yeah.
I see this as something that we could duplicate. I tell Ezra, and for him, I'm not setting a goal when it comes to him. He should set a goal, but I think he needs to, within the next 5 years, I need to see 10 store. But I tell him to focus on this one for 1 year. Don't think about any other store, any expansion for 1 to 2 years. After 2 years, then I expect to see a business plan with you rolling out at least 5 of these a year. It can be done with the concept that we have. We have a great concept, man, and I'm so excited about it. He is, and the great
location is key.
Hmm?
The location is key.
Yeah, the location, yeah, definitely. We're in a close-knit community in terms of the people them around there. They a lot of family grew up in the same area. A lot of them still stay there, so they're excited about it, just as how we are. Coming June 4th, we're having a press conference, and what that is, we're gonna be. You're the first person I'm talking to about this, so you have the exclusive.
Here.
Yes, man. About what's coming, because I'm not talking to any other media outlet or anything until after the press conference. Because what it is, we're getting the press gonna be out there, the news. We have the mayor gonna be out there, city council gonna be out there, different city official. The civic league gonna be out there June 4th at 11 a.m. So that's a couple weeks from now, Friday. We're going to be talking about what I just tell you about, the different areas of the supermarket, what we are offering, so on and so forth. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And I think I'm going to show up out there and live stream from there for those of you who want to, or be at work, or, comfortable at home. You just come off from work from the night and you just want to see what's taking place. So I'll be doing a little bit of press out there myself.
Yeah, man. So that's June 4th. I'd love to see the city come out to show their love. Yeah. They've been supporting me, and I really appreciate every support from every customer, everyone who have shown love over the years. I appreciate every one of them.
So if everything goes well, when is the expectation for the opening of this new venture?
August. So we're doing that for August and the MP for September. However, there's an issue with material, getting supplies, getting certain things. But we're pushing for August. It looks good for August, but if we fall short, it's gonna be something because of equipment and stuff like that. We have a nice thing, man. Very excited about it. I think this is gonna be I think we're again all of us is gonna be proud of for what we're putting together, you know what I mean? A supermarket to include a gas station. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're gonna be able to, offer the same service as Kroger and some of these big stores that have the supermarket, the deli, the meat department. The seafood. Our seafood area will be able to. You'll have someone cleaning the fish, not just like some of these supermarket, you go in there, there's a lot of frozen stuff. We'll have someone cleaning fish, filleting your fish for you. The meat area, have someone, if you don't like the cut of the meat, someone will be able to cut it the way you want it. We have a bakery. And then on the outside,
finally the bakery.
Yeah, and then on the outside we have the a gas station there also.
That's good stuff, man. I think that's very empowering for the community. So I think I would encourage people to come out, support it, to take a look and see what's going on. Make sure that that when businesses like these enter our community, that these are the businesses that we should definitely support because it's there in the community. Of course, you'll be hiring people from the community also to work there also.
Sure.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it's in a community that is considered a food desert. The reason it's considered a food desert is because within the closest supermarket is about 1.8 miles from there. So there's nothing there for them to get their fresh fruits and vegetable, healthy choice, not a lot of healthy choice. And that's what we're bringing to the community, healthy choice.
Definitely. So in that aspect now, after that's open and done, this saying you want Ezra to open a couple more. This could be the franchise that that you've been elusive of so far.
Yeah, man. This could be something like that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we have a supply chain. And that's, I was telling you about the supply chain for MP. Yeah. It doesn't there's not a consistent supply chain. But this year we have a supply, we have one of the biggest supplier in America, independent grocery supplier supplying us with a grocery, in terms of the restaurant and stuff like that. That is what I'm going to make sure that is consistent through all the two soul food. Once that is open, the flavor will be the same at both soul food. So there's a lot of consistency that we'll be able to offer here. And then at this point, we'll be able to duplicate this across America.
Okay, that's the franchising goal right there. What's the name of the
Well, it's a thing where we wanted to make the community feel a part. So we name it after Berkeley. After the community that is in, which is Berkeley. So it's Berkeley Supermarket.
Berkeley Supermarket.
Supermarket, yes. Even though one of my sons said, "Hey, Dad, I think Palmer Supermarket." But the name Berkeley,
good thing to make the community feel involved, especially when you go in there, you're bringing a new economical value to the community. That's good.
Yeah, man.
So you have many ventures going on and all these things. So what you have, what is, before we close up in the next few minutes, what is next? Is that it? Or there's more coming?
Like I said, man, right now we just want to perfect what we have. Just for focusing on those the different stores that we have right now, tighten up on everything, and then with the supermarket and stuff, that's going to require a lot of our time. What you have to understand, that going into anything that you do, you have to put in the time.
A marathon.
So that's what we're gonna just focus on, being there, making sure things run right. This make sure the service is on point and stuff like that. Taking care of our customer before we think about doing anything. But you never know doing it, because every day opportunity come across my desk. I had a guy who owned a shopping center already reach out to me, Mike, I wanted to bring a Berkeley supermarket over here. And I'm like, these are respectable, these are big business people, I'm surprised. And I'm like, hey, Scott, the guy named Scott, I said, hey, listen, we haven't even opened this. Mike, I hear so much good things about what you're doing. I would love. I'm like, no, man, we got to focus on this first. You know what I mean? So it's a good feeling knowing that people, I'm talking about people with multi-million-dollar people, multi-million year, man. And one, they have shopping centers all over Virginia.
All over the place.
They're reaching out to me, and when they're talking to me, they're excited about talking to me. I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? So it's a good thing when you focus on, you stay true to yourself. Just be honest about how you do things, integrity and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's a good feeling and thing like that. But I just want to just focus on what we're doing right now. It seems like we're doing a lot. But we have different people. Ezran is focusing on the Berkeley supermarket. My wife is focusing on MP. And then I'm in the middle helping out both sides. You know what I mean?
Jumping around.
Yeah, man. While they're focusing on their thing, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And I'm helping out in the middle here, helping, on both sides.
So
one other business though that we haven't touched on is we're doing my sister Marianne is doing a salon suite. Yeah. So she's gonna be opening. She does those facial thing. I don't even know too much about them facial thing there.
Yeah, and massages and stuff like that.
Massage, the waxing and So what it is, it's she have this place over here by the club that they do. She have this building, one of the space over here that is divided up into like 10 different rooms. So people are able to rent these rooms to do their own thing, but they're only for like beautician stuff, like somebody who does braiding, nail, facial, massage, that type of service they're gonna provide. That should be on board sometime here in the next month by June. Most of the inspection done. Just got a few inspection to go.
Yeah, we'll probably have to go get Marianne up here to
talk about her thing. Yeah, man. Let she talk about her thing. I just want to plug it in that.
Plug it. Yeah, give her a plug. Yeah, but that concept for that business is very exciting to me. I'm looking forward to see where that will go, because there's not many business like that in the area that I know about. So
there's a few, but the reason why I kind of got involved with her, help her, I kind of was the one who helped her in terms of show her how to get going and stuff. Marianne is very creative, man, and she does this facial and all that stuff, and she's very good at it. I've never seen someone talk so much and do so much and know about what she does. She know the product. She know how to take care of the people them that she do and things like that, man. She's very knowledgeable, and I think she's gonna do big things. I think her business is gonna be very successful.
I have that same feeling.
Once she get going, she's a little bit, I must say this, but don't let her hear this. So if you're going to put this out there, you got to beat this out. She's a little bit, she's not like me that step off the edge. She's a little bit careful.
Cautious. Yeah,
man, she's a little bit cautious, but I tell her, no, man, in business, when you're doing business, you can't half step.
Out there, yeah.
Okay, if you believe in your product or believe in yourself, you just have to step off the ledge and know that, it's not going to be easy. You just got to work hard and then leave it up to God, but you got to go put yourself out there.
Correct the issues that you face, that you come run into, and just keep moving, keep on
moving. Yeah, but she have a great product. She know her stuff, and I wish her all the best once that get going.
Definitely. I see that Mr. Palmer have the whole family, and he says a family-run business here. brother, sisters, son, wife, everybody, uncle, the business is flowing. So that's the dream of us from coming from a small island called Jamaica, coming to America and living our dream of being successful is a great thing. And I want to commend you, Mr. Palmer, on enlightening me and audience on how the business is run and just how you put together these stuff to run into the community and realize that it's not an easy job. Sometimes you might look at things and think it's easy, but like Mr. Palmer said, you have to step off the ledge sometime. And sometimes you might fall and chip up your knee, but you have to just brush it off and fix, move the block that's in front of you and start run again.
Yeah.
You know? So
I want to thank you for having me. Again, I want to say thanks to all my customer, my employee. Oh man, I love each of them. And the customer who have been with us. We have customer been with us since we've opened our first store.
yeah,
So I want to let them know that I appreciate them and looking forward for their continuous support as we venture into other businesses and stuff like that. Again, like you said, it's not easy, but I love what I do. And, that's one thing I want to leave your viewers with.
yeah,
What you have to do once you find something that you love, it becomes so easy. Every day, I can't wait for 5 o'clock to come around in the morning together because I always have idea. No matter what it is, I have some idea. I can't wait to get back to the store to go put in place. Even simple stuff like move stuff around on the shelf because, I was thinking about something on the way home and I said, I think these will look better. I think these will, the customer is not seeing this. And I can't wait to get back to go fit them in that area so them can see some product, we have some chips, certain chips from Jamaica and stuff like that I know people love. And, I come back in the next day, I put them certain place. Next day, everything sell out. You know what I mean? So it's always excited for me every day. So, no matter what you do, not just business, but no matter what work a person do, a person just have to take it serious. Whatever it is, even if it's something temporary, a stepping stone, just focus on it. Do it the best way you can. In life, it's about discipline.
definitely.
Just being disciplined with whatever you do. Take it serious, focus on it, make the best of it, have fun doing it. You know what I mean? Whether you're a dishwasher, you're a cashier, your waitress, whatever it is that you do, make the best of it. Focus on it, and get up, make your goal, work on your goals. Have a list of things that you want to accomplish. Check them off each day, and you'll be good, man. You'll be as successful as anyone else. God not make any one of us more smarter than anyone. It's just how you use whatever. Every one of us have some kind of skill.
You have to find it and use it.
You have to find it and use it.
Yeah, definitely. So, with closing, like I said, I want to thank you again, Mr. Palmer, for coming through the Anything Goes podcast, having a sit down, taking some of your busy time, busy scheduling. Like I said, it was hard to get Mr. Palmer because his people was, I had to be reluctantly chasing his handlers to get a hold of him. But finally, he's here, and glad that the insight of businesses and stuff that you have going on. I really appreciate you coming through. And so, I'm gonna close out with telling the people how to contact you. Mr. Palmer told you how to contact you. I'm gonna try and add in some information about right here somewhere about how you can contact MP Island Cafe and get to Mr. Palmer or even get, just get what you need from the establishment. So I'm gonna close out by
Well, the thing you could do is my email. For most things, my email. I check my email daily.
Okay.
It's mpislandcafe@gmail.com.
Definitely.
Which is easy. The name of the restaurant, MP Island
Restaurant at gmail.com.
Yes,
And you
definitely.
can reach out to Mr. Palmer that way. What's the Anything Goes podcast, man? It's your boy Sean Peoples. I'm here with Mr. Palmer. You like our movement? You like the vibes? Like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section. Ring the notification bell so you can keep up with everything that we got going on. Once again, jump in the community tab and vote on all the issues that you see up there. People, definitely support community business. Support our community elders, support their businesses. And, you know, like I said again, I appreciate you coming through, Mr. Palmer, and we're out of here, man.
Thanks for having me.